Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, you there, I sit in judgment of you.
Riddle me this.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Hadouken! Your soul is mine.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
Or the stone pudding or something. I mix up some herbs and I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Always winterize your pants. Your soul is mine.
Your powers combined.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Why so serious? Riddle me this.
Haven't had a lot of company in a long time, but if I were expecting some, I'd whip up a really substantial meal. You see how strong I am? From eating all of this stuff.
Your soul is mine.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Hadouken!
Your powers combined.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
What are you going to do, Space Ghost?
I'm combining the stun ray with the force energy power.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Your soul is mine. Riddle me this. Why so serious? Always winterize your pants.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, you there, I sit in judgment of you.
Why so serious? Hadouken!
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Your soul is mine.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
By your powers combined.
Riddle me this.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
What are you going to do, Space Ghost?
I'm combining the stun ray with the force energy power.
Always winterize your pants. Your soul is mine.
By your powers combined.
Hadouken!
Yoga Rain.
Why so serious?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, you there, I sit in judgment of you.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Always winterize your pants.
Or the stone pudding or something. I mix up some herbs and I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf.
Riddle me this. Your soul is mine.
By your powers combined,
Hadouken! Why so serious?
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Riddle me this. SoulProvider. Your soul is mine.
Yo, what is up? Episode 16 of OTAKU Jump Podcast. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, click the bell and the notifications because YouTube sucks ass. So it definitely does help with the algorithm. If you missed the last episode, you can check it out on Spotify, Google Podcast, Stitcher, Anchor. The playbacks are on the channel as well if you prefer that, or you prefer the other audio formats. It's up to you. Appreciate the people who are viewing those on the other formats. I check every so often to see that people are at least checking it out. So also, if you have anything you want us to cover, you could definitely email me. My email is in the description, or you can hit us up on the Discord server, the Oasis. You can join if you haven't already. We do a lot of stuff on there, and it's pretty active, I would say, on a weekly basis. What's going on, Zone? Shout out to Zone. Shout out to Zone. So here with my crew. Go ahead, DS. What's going on?
Not much. What's up, everybody?
All right. Lawrence, what's going on?
I'm glad to be here. Another day in the jungle.
Shout out to a specialist, the Oasis jungle dude. Go ahead. So what's going on?
Yo, what's good, everybody?
All right. So the past couple polls we got. So the last one I did was actually today. As you guys know, we're doing this on Saturday. Schedules will be. I'll try to fix the schedule. Usually we do on Sunday, but we're doing Saturday, so just FYI. So the last poll was, who is the best sports anime protagonist? You can mention others in the chat. So far we got 21 votes. So far, who's winning is Haiku Hinata for 52%. Kuriko's No Basket, Tatsuya 5%. Aoishi Ashido 5%. We got Major. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's Goro Shigino with 24% and Slam Dunk with Hanamichi. So I haven't seen Slam Dunk yet, but there is actually a new Slam Dunk movie coming out, I think, next year. I've heard good things about Slam Dunk as a series, so I might watch it. It is kind of an old school anime though, so but I've heard good things about it. Major was a really cool baseball series. It's long as shit though, so it's not for everyone because some people just can't watch baseball as an anime. Of course, AAvfx is the current soccer anime right now. I think it's pretty dope that I'm doing on the channel. Of course, Kuroko's No Basket. I'm sure most of us have already seen that, and of course Haiku. Of course, I mean Haiku, the volleyball anime series that's just quite popular. Any thoughts on that, Adias? What we have so far? Looks like Haiku's just dominating. I'm guessing it's just popularity.
Slam Dunk.
Oh, okay.
Is by far the greatest sports anime to ever exist.
Oh, really?
Here's what you guys are gonna come to understand.
Okay.
You have the quote-unquote holy shonen trinity that dominated the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. But there was a similar trifecta in the 80s, 90s. Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Slam Dunk was number 3.
Huh.
As a sports anime, a basketball anime, mind you, in Japan in the fucking 80s. Like, come on now, it's legendary. It's really good. It has some great characterizations, some really good subplots, and for a basketball manga, it's fairly realistic, and it takes a lot from real life. Kuroko's a piece of shit. I don't like the Dragon Ball. I don't like Dragon Basketball Z.
Yeah, right.
Haiku is okay. It's second best to me.
Okay.
But nothing touches Slam Dunk.
Okay. I'm glad to hear someone, pushing Slam Dunk. Okay, because it's on my list to watch. So I'll definitely, I'll give it a try because I've heard too many good things about it. What do you think?
Here's the thing: the anime is not finished, so
it's not.
The anime is not finished. You have to watch the movies, and the dub isn't finished. Manga is complete though. The manga is great.
Wait, so
if you want to do a mix,
Uh-huh.
I would recommend a mix of anime and manga.
So wait, they didn't do the full series in anime?
No, they did.
Okay, what percent did they do you think? As a guess?
It's like the last few arcs is only in the manga.
Okay.
A big chunk of it, yeah. But go ahead.
What do you think, Swift? Any thoughts on the last poll?
I mean, I haven't seen Slam Dunk, so I can't comment on it too much. Mm-hmm. But who else did you say was on there? I know Haikyuu. You said Kuroko's basketball. You said one more. I'm missing.
Major and AAvfx.
Okay, I haven't seen either of those two. I don't like soccer, so I'm not gonna watch soccer anime. But between Kuroko and Haikyuu, I'll take Haikyuu's protagonist over Kuroko's protagonist because you don't notice Kuroko's there ever when you watch the anime. When you watch it, you'll think what's his name? I think his name was like Kagami or something.
Yeah,
the dude with the bounce on Kuroko's team.
Yeah, right.
That's like Blake Griffin. Yeah, you'll think he's the main character when you watch it. I don't notice Kuroko at all.
But wouldn't you say that Kuroko's point is to not kind of have the attentions on him on the court though?
I mean, that's cool, but we don't get his internal dialogue ever.
Okay, yeah.
We don't see him talk. We don't see him like we see him walk with that one girl, and it's mainly focused on the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like even off the court, like you don't notice him. I guess that's the point, but I can't really call that a main character. Kagami feels like the main character of that.
Yeah, that's true. They should have just. Yeah, that's true. Okay. So the last other poll was about.
Dang, we're just gonna skip over Lawrence. That's crazy.
Well, wait, he's not an anime. Well, I mean, he has anything? I know he doesn't like. He's not really watching anime like that. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Dang, that's crazy. I got you, Lawrence.
Anime, manga, and basketball. I don't do any of them.
Never mind. I tried.
I don't.
You see?
I appreciate it, but SoulProvider actually knows that I don't. Him and Eisen know it's not my thing.
Yeah. See, there we go, man. This is.
I know. Don't get me wrong. I know some of it, peripherally because of my kids, because they're into it big time. So that's why I can follow along with you guys a little bit sometimes. But for the most part, it's not my thing.
Yeah, man. This is episode 16, not episode 1. Come on, Swift. You know, I know
Bro.
I know the crew.
Nah,
It's episode 16.
bro. You should. Nah, remember
Nah,
one
nah,
other
nah.
time.
But I
No,
know,
y'all
but I
remember
know
one other time Lawrence was like, "Hey, we're just gonna skip over me. I see
Wait
how
a
it
second.
is."
Whoa,
Nah, he
whoa,
said that
wait.
before.
exactly,
Hey,
Wait, that was
exactly.
an accident,
I was,
though.
I was,
I'm
I was
looking
good.
out for him.
Wait,
I'm looking
I
out for
know,
him.
no.
but we've
Because I was gonna say
improved.
the same. I was gonna say the same thing too. Because last time you did that, I was like, oh, so you gonna forget about the old nigga, right?
Wait,
Yeah, he did that last time. Yeah,
wait,
I watch out for
that was
people.
accidental though. That was an accident.
Oh, so this was on purpose. I got you. I
Wait,
got you.
he already,
So this,
wait a sec. He already said so. Why? He already explained it. I got him.
nah, it's hey, you just said
Wait,
last one was
I'm
accidental.
not
This
the
one's on
wait. I'm
purpose.
not the
That-
villain,
that-
man. I was trying to do him a favor. All right.
hey, you said it, not me. I'm looking out for him, man.
Okay. All right. So, what's going on, Death Racer and J Wolf? What's going on?
I was gonna say,
Uh-huh.
Prince of Tennis deserves a mention. It does what Kuroko tries to do with the superpowers much better, and it actually has a good story behind it.
Damn, that series is like super long though. I think they got
So-
a new series in this spring. Oh, spring, right? Prince of Tennis, or this fall or something. Summer, actually.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I mean, all kidding aside, I think that might be part of my resistance because there's so much to consume
It's a
that
lot.
whatever I would get into is I have to dedicate time to it because it's that many volumes, that many episodes. So I think that's a little daunting for me sometimes, which is why I really don't get into it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not alone, Lawrence. It is a lot, but if you're new, I would probably like, recommend like some shorter series, maybe like 20 episode or so. You know, and start from there. All the anything
Well, I
longer than
mean-
that would be like
Well, I mean, you know, I got a little bit of Bleach in my head. You know, Naruto. I mean, I know Naruto because the girls grew up on it. I did a little bit of Captain Harlock and Attack on Titan.
Okay,
But
you're not bad.
but outside, like I said, outside of that, everything I get is from the kids. So I shouldn't even call them kids because they're adults. But you know what I mean. I get it from them. So
I feel you. Now, what's going on, Mr. Cool? So the other poll was on Dragon Ball Super. What did everyone rate it out of 10? I usually I don't do these type of score-based polls, but I thought it might be interesting. So we had only 17 votes, but I'm guessing because it's about Dragon Ball Super. If it was about something like Naruto, it would have been probably a bigger involvement. So it looks like the most people said 6 out of 10 for Super with 47%. And then we had 4 out of 10 with 6%. We got 2 out of 10 was second place with 29%. So a lot of people didn't really like Dragon Ball Super. Not surprised there. Some people, I don't know if people were trolling. The 12% get a 10 out of 10. I think they were trolling. I don't know how you give Super 10 out of 10. 6% gave 8 out of 10. But yeah, the winning percent was 6 out of 10, which I think is okay. I mean, that's actually pretty fair. I'd give it a 5 or a 6. Any thoughts on Dragon Ball Super's rating?
But isn't there? But is that really surprising? I mean,
it's not.
We are talking about Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah. Oh, Dragon Ball Super. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball's been around a long time. I would assume after a certain number of years, diminishing returns.
Yeah, I think.
Or am I reading that wrong?
Well, I think it's because it's Super. Like, if it was like Dragon Ball Z, right? I think we would have seen more people vote than Super, because I think most people just don't care about Super like that. That's what I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was the same thing. They just retitled it.
Oh no, it's a whole different series.
Oh, okay. Well, then that explains it then. Okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Any thoughts, ideas of Swift on Dragon Ball Super's ratings?
I mean, it's expected. A 6 out of 10 is being generous.
Yeah.
The thing is with Dragon Ball Super, their big moments are like, obviously they're not as big as Z, but they have like hype moments, if that makes sense. But in terms of anything being high stakes, that's non-existent. Like, you know what's gonna happen. Goku's gonna win the fight, or Vegeta's gonna take a L again, like he always does. Stuff like that. Gohan's gonna turn up like he usually does. Then he's gonna go back to being a nerd. Like, it's predictable.
Yeah, with that Vegeta slander, I see it.
What? How's that slander? Who has Vegeta beaten?
Okay,
that's not. That's actually good. Who has he beaten?
Yeah, I'm not about to do that. I'm not about to do. I don't have a case. I ain't about to do that shit.
I'm just saying.
Adias, anything on Dragon Ball Super?
No, fuck that show.
Oh god. Okay. Omega, what's going on? Any opinion on Dragon Ball Super, real quick? We're just doing a poll. Poll.
Oh hey, what's up, guys?
Yo.
Yeah, my opinion on it, I think I don't know, it looks pretty good from most of the trailer stuff that I've seen, but
No. We're talking about the series, not the movie.
Oh, the series.
Yeah.
Oh, Dragon Ball. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. I think it's awesome.
What would you give it out of 10?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
I would give it a 9.
Damn, really? That's
Yeah.
high. Okay, that's fine.
Is he trolling too, or what?
No, I think that's what he said. He said 9 out of 10. That's all right.
Yeah.
So how much they pay him for that review?
Oh man, here we go.
Ding.
Okay.
Bro, did they pay you?
I mean, in comparison to the numbers we just got from the poll, that's pretty darn high.
Right, because the poll did say 6
I mean,
out of 10.
I mean, that's practically perfection.
Right. I mean, hey, if he likes it, he likes it. So one more poll. One more poll was mute up, Mega. You got music coming out.
Oh, you got it.
All right. So the last poll was the fall anime season. What's everyone most excited for? And surprisingly, no one voted for Mobile Suit Gundam: The Witch from Mercury. I guess a lot of people are not Gundam fans anymore, or I don't know. I'm excited for that series. I mean, new Gundam. We haven't got a new Gundam since Iron Blood, Orphan, so definitely excited for that. But the winning poll was Blue Luck, was 17%. We got Bleach, which won by 33%. Mob Psycho Season 3, 22%. And My Hero Academia Season 6 were 28%. So people are actually more excited for Academia than my Mob Psycho, which I thought was kind of surprising. Bleach was the winning vote out of 36 votes on that one, which I'm not surprised. Definitely excited for Bleach. I'm actually excited for all three of these. Any thoughts on that with the fall season? Because it's going to be crazy.
I mean, My Hero, I understand why, since I know what happens in the manga. They have the whole little war arc coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty good. It should, I don't know if it's gonna be like replace 4 and 5 or make up for it, but reasonably it should. It should make up for seasons 4 and 5 with how terrible they were.
Okay.
Mob Psycho, I mean, because I know what happens in the manga for that too. It's not going to be as intense as season 2, but it's still going to be good. Mob Psycho always delivers.
Yeah, that's true.
Bleach, you already know people like Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if White Ichigo carries in that though, so we'll find out. But you know, I'm surprised they didn't put Midland Saga on it.
No, that's not in the fall season.
That's not in fall. It's in winter.
Yeah, that's winter.
Oh wow, didn't know that. Oh wait, what's it called? You didn't put Spy Family on there either. The overrated show.
Yeah, I mean I could have, but then it's like I wanted to put new shows on there. I mean we had Spy Family in the spring, so I'm like I don't want to just repeat.
Yeah, it's supposed to come out fall too.
Yeah, this course too, so it'll be the other half. Which you know, okay. Here's my thoughts about Spy Family. It's not a bad show, but I will say that, I mean, let's be honest, man. Like, there's a lot of competition in fall versus what we had in the spring. You know, so Spy X Family, I'm interested to see how it's going to measure up with all these other shows, but I mean, the fall season is super stacked. I don't know if it can really compete. Go ahead.
I'll tell you why it's not it's not really a competition with Spy Family. It's like a family anime, like a family rated anime that anyone can watch.
Yeah.
That's why. So like, people are gonna watch that over Bleach all day long, because anyone can watch it. To me that gets boring though.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it's. I think it's overrated.
It's basically for everyone that you think it'll do. But we're talking about fall. You think it's gonna get more viewers than Bleach?
It depends, because you know Bleach fans, they've been in a dungeon for a minute, so they just gotta come. They finna come out, you know, support.
Gotta be
but
all right.
yeah, It just depends, because Lloyd's gonna do more in the second half of the season than he did during the spring. So
That's true. That's true. Any other thoughts
because
on
Lloyd
that?
went from,
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say Lloyd went from being the number one male character of the season to like number 9.
That's true. And actually, the number one is Anya right now. I'd say second place is Yor, right? For the most part.
Oh no, I was talking about for male characters of the season from all
Oh,
anime,
okay, okay,
from like
okay.
different anime. Yeah, he went from number 1 to like number 9.
Yeah, I'm actually I see why though, based on the show.
Yeah.
I see why. Anyone else? Diaz, anything else on the fall season of anime or anything?
Nah.
Okay, Omega, anything on the fall anime?
Nah. I mean, it's just a lot of competition, so
Yep, it's a lot. And
it's like battle royale.
oh yeah, it's a lot. And Lawrence, we can go ahead and start with your article on CW. I'm glad you got this one, man. This was funny because I think I shared it on my Discord.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
You could go ahead with your article on CW Network, selling for $0.
Oh, well, this has been a long time coming, and I must admit I am happy for it.
Me too.
So, um, the we all know what the CW is, Arrowverse, Flash, etc., so on, all that, Supergirl, all that good stuff. And we've been dealing with a lot of our favorite characters and storylines being muddled with wokeness and all that good stuff. Well, when Discovery took over Warner Brothers, one of the first things they wanted to do was cut costs. And of course, they're going to go for the stuff that wasn't doing well. So apparently, there's a company called Nexstar, which is one of, if not the largest broadcast TV station company in America. And they're about to take 75% of the CW with no money down. That's how little in value the CW stands at now. The deal is that they're going to take 75% stake in it while absorbing the um, the debt that it has, which last time I checked was coming up or literally at $100 million, and that's saying something. What I find most interesting, however, is that what happens with the remaining 25%. It's actually going to be split between Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount, and that's a very strange partnership, considering that they're um, competitors in the streaming market. Because of course, Warner Brothers Discovery, they have the Discovery Channel network, HBO Max, yada yada, and Paramount has their own streaming thing. So I thought that part was actually more interesting to me, and I don't understand how they could have pulled that off, much less make it work future wise. Because I mean, again, they're competitors. Um, the other thing is that as far as I'm concerned, like I was saying in the beginning, the whole reason this happened is because of the crap they were submitting. I mean, the CW was effective in the very beginning. You know what I mean? The shows were pretty decent, but as time has gone on, they started to give us stuff like Batwoman, Naomi, and I mean, like we all know that was bad. That was very bad. Um, and last thing I want to say, going back to the Paramount part of the 12.5% stake, I find that interesting too, because the CW was originally a Warner Brothers um, TV channel, and Paramount had UPN, and UPN went the way of the dodo. So I find it very interesting, like I said, that they're partnering now for the one channel that's left. It's weird.
Mhm. Yeah, man, this was a good one, man. Because when I saw it, I'm like, because we've been always covering CW, and we've been roasting that the hell out of CW, but it got well deserved though, well deserved roast. But just to see that no one even wanted to buy it for anything, they were so desperate to sell it. But I'm wondering about that, like you said, that 12.5% with the 75% going to the other people. Does that mean, like, I'm wondering, what do they get to choose what property or IP they can get to added to their their I guess added the deal, like added to 75%. What do they get to pick what they're actually getting? That's what I'm curious about. Or how does that work?
That's what's weird about it, because if Nexstar is taking over 75% of the company, like I said, that leaves 25% to be split between Paramount and Warner Brothers Discovery, which means they each walk away with 12.5% ownership or stock. What's weird is that before the deal went through, the new guy running the Warner Brothers division, Zaslav, had already started canceling all the shows. So I don't really know what they're getting.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because he canceled Legends of Tomorrow. He put Batwoman on the chopping block. Naomi went on the chopping block. The only thing left that I'm aware of as far as the Arrowverse is concerned is the Flash is coming back for one more season. God only knows why.
Wow.
And then after that, you got all the other stuff like the relaunch of Charmed, Legacies, and all those soap opera type fantasy things, which really don't pull much of anything. So I really don't know what they're getting for that. And to be quite frank, since they didn't pay anything, they're not losing either. I just don't understand. And I being in mergers and acquisitions, I've done deals like this too. I can see what they're trying to do. I just don't think it's going to work. Not when you coming in right out the gate with $100 million in debt, and you've already canceled multiple shows that even if you wanted to course correct them to start bringing in profit and advertisers, you couldn't, because he canceled them before you got the company. So, not to mention the licensing costs, because all those characters belong to Warner Brothers and yeah, DC Comics. So even if you wanted to keep them, not only would you have to cover the cost of the debt, but you'd have to pay them enormous licensing fees to continue making those shows.
Right.
It's like I said, it's weird, but it's doable. I've seen it done before. I just don't think it works well in this case.
And I'm also curious, because I think you can maybe confirm. So the DC fandom, right? That happened last year, right? But I don't know if that got confirmed for this year, right? I'm curious with all these canceled shows, right? I mean, maybe that's why they're not confirming a DC fandom, because with DC fandom, this is where you promote all these shows, right? The DC shows. I remember last year they went ham, with the movies, the like the Teen Titans show and all these shows. So I mean, you cancel all these shows, so there's like really nothing to promote, I guess, besides what we already know. Black Adam, all that stuff coming out, Shazam, all that stuff. But we already know that from the last show, so maybe that could be why they delayed it.
Well, actually, not really, because you're crossing one concept with another. The whole point of DC, as far as it goes for the TV shows, right? The bottom line is to move the TV shows, at least those that are worth it, over to HBO Max. That way they can drive up the subscriber base to make HBO Max more profitable. If they can't do that, they'll start doing, well, they're not start, they've already done it. You take Titans, for instance, that was on HBO Max. It now shows up on cable TV on the TNT channel. And rumor has it Doom Patrol is following right after that. So they're bypassing the CW altogether. As far as it goes for DC fandom might show a few shows here and there, but that's not really the purpose of it. The purpose of DC fandom is that DC and Warner Brothers is trying to some degree create their own convention. This is why you see they didn't show up at San Diego Comic-Con this year. Because that's the big comic convention. If there ever was one, it's San Diego Comic-Con. They shrunk that thing down so small, it's just a tiny little booth in the back in a corner. Because that was always the game plan, to make DC fandom their own convention kind of thing, an online convention system at that. Which, by the way, was an idea I suggested over a decade ago. But I'm not going to get into that. No, seriously, But yeah, DC fandom, like I said, they'll put a couple of shows on there, but it's not really meant for that. It's just really meant for more, like I said, a convention style kind of thing. And like I said, the Paramount thing to me is really interesting, because Paramount had their shot with UPN back in the day. That's where all the Star Trek stuff was going, like Voyager and all that stuff. And we had all those Wayans Brothers TV shows, but eventually it wasn't profitable and they shut it down. So my question is, if you're trying to get back into broadcast television, why would you do it with a channel that's been losing money, and B, you would do it in conjunction with your direct competitor. That's the thing that's throwing me off.
Mm-hmm. I get that. Anyone? Mega, go ahead. Any thoughts on this one with the loss of CW and going to I guess it's getting dumped into other companies? Well, Mega, you there?
I mean, my thoughts. You hear me?
Yeah, you're good now.
Hello?
Yeah, you're good. I can hear you.
Am I coming in clear, or am I breaking up?
Yeah. We can hear you.
You're good.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so yeah, my thoughts on it is just
damn.
Where is CW going to go now? After they just kept trashing everything that they came out with. I mean, and quite frank, trash was excrement. So go from here. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. And your signal's a little bit out of whack, but I still heard you. Adias, anything on CW?
CW. Oh shit. Yeah. CW was a dumpster fire. It's terrible. Every show on there was shite, and this is good news for all of America.
You had to go German on us. Okay.
I am a DC apologist, and I can't cape for this bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the hardest part, because like I said, I do my comics, man, but I'm at my heart, I'm a DC man all the way. But there's no way I could justify this, and I'm saying that as somebody, as bad as it sounds, I enjoyed Legends of Tomorrow's just for the sheer goofiness of it. But outside of that, I mean, the Flash stopped being good in the third season. Same thing for Arrow. Batwoman was never good. Naomi was just an attempt for Brian Michael Bendis as a promise that DC made to him, and that was hot trash, not as well as the comic, in my opinion. I mean, it was just bad, man. And we don't even need to talk about Supergirl.
No, we don't. Swift, any thought on the DC stuff and the CW shows being canceled?
Nope, nothing on that.
Okay. Go ahead, Adias, with God of War.
Oh, baby. All right, we got the biggest game release of the year. Okay? It's simply the biggest.
That's cap, but go ahead.
No. This is the biggest one right here. All right, let me get my notes together. So God of War is coming to PlayStation. Just an FYI, another reason why Xbox sucks is because it has no exclusives. PlayStation continues to dominate as the better console because it produces exclusives. Xbox, you can play all that shit on a PC, and you really have no need to ever buy an Xbox. However, on PlayStation, you have God of War Ragnarok coming out. This one is going to be a really good one. They're going to continue the line with the father and the son. Kratos and his son are going to find themselves up against some new dangers as Ragnarok approaches. Thor is probably going to be in this one. So that's something a lot of people have been waiting to see. You know, Kratos and Thor. There's really not much to say for this one other than I'm really personally excited for it. It's coming out November 9th. Probably going to have a PC port. Let me see, it's 2022. Mm-hmm. People are predicting 2026. I think it'll come a lot quicker than that because they've been porting these things a lot quicker. Look at Forbidden West as the new benchmark for how long you have to wait for PlayStation releases to make it to PC. So if I were a betting man like I am, I would bet on this game coming to PC next summer, like a year and a half. And what else is there? If you like mythology, you understand the Ragnarok story. There's gonna be some pretty good stuff. Fenris may be involved, the son of Loki. We'll apparently meet most of his kids' mother in this story. There's time is an infinite loop in this universe, but they've played so loosely with the original mythology for narrative purposes, so it's really no predicting in that regard. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of what else I can say for this one. I just really wanted to talk about it because I think that God of War is probably PlayStation's biggest exclusive. So the fact they're continuing this, the last God of War did so well, it just shows a bright future.
Yeah, it's funny because there's been God of War articles, but we finally got we were always waiting for the confirmation on the release date. We kept getting little teasing articles about the features and stuff like that. But this is kind of what we've been finally waiting for. So I'm glad we finally got it confirmed. The first God of War came out. I mean, people were hyped. It was exciting. I remember when they showed they were playing Kratos' theme song at the event. Man, that shit was so hype. That shit was so hype with the teaser trailer. But it ended up being a really great game. One of the best games that came out. So, and then, like you said, it came on PC. A lot of the PlayStation games came on PC. That's just kind of why I'm like, with PlayStation, I don't know, man. Especially this year, man. They put a lot of stuff on the PC this year. Like a lot. A lot's going to PC, which I don't mind. PC Master Race. So, like you said, I agree. They're gonna have this probably. I would say. So what, 2022? I'd say probably maybe 2024. I'll give them like 2 years. I can see this being on PC pretty soon. But like I said, it's going to be as many people can play it, the better for the gamers. So the gamers win at the end of the day. But I'm interested. I'm really interested to see how this measures up with Elden Ring this year when it comes to like sales and stuff like that. Obviously, it's coming out in the very late of the year, so I don't know how we're going to be able to judge it. But because really, Elden Ring's been dominating this whole year, 2022. I mean, it's making other games release their games next year because of it, right? I mean, it dominated basically, I'd say, all of Q2 of the year. Yeah, pretty much. Or Q1, Q2, probably. So, this could be... I don't know if this is going to be the biggest release of the year because of Elden Ring. Maybe it will, but if not, I would say second place because I just don't... I don't know if this can measure up to Elden Ring. Maybe it can, though. I don't know. But
it's coming out in the fall too, so
yeah, true.
Here's one thing that I hate about this: it's coming out on the PS4 and the PS5.
Yeah, I hate that shit too.
Whenever there's a game that's straddling the fucking fence between two generations, the game's full potential as a graphical powerhouse can never be achieved to make it look as close to current gen as possible. That's why the Demon Soul remake looks so much better than Elden Ring.
Okay, yeah, true, because it was on PS4, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, man, that's a good point. That's a good point.
One thing I want to add there.
That's weird. Yeah, I don't agree with the PS4. Yeah, I don't agree with that because this PS5 came out what year? Was it what year was it when PS5 came out? Has it been PS5? 2 years yet? Yeah, has it been 2 years yet?
2020.
Okay, so yes, it should have been PS4 should have been out of commission by now, but I agree on that. Swift, anything on God of War? God of War, the sequel?
Yeah, the sequel is being released on the WS4, so it's a W.
Oh, okay. All right. I knew you were gonna say that. I knew it was coming.
No, I know you disagragree. It's okay. It is right on. It won't be able to reach its graphical potential, but I don't care about God of War like that. Mm-hmm. I'm just glad you can play it on the WS4. And not have to waste $1,000 on the LS5.
You're not gonna spend $1,000.
What?
Oh, the price went down. Last time I checked, it was like $897.
My boy, you go on StockX. It's $600 right now.
Oh, 600? No, I'm still not getting it. I'll get it wait till it goes down. Wait till it goes down to like 300.
Oh my god.
Finesse somebody.
I know a guy, KW, if you're watching this, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. This kid bought a PS3 and a PS4, as well as games and controllers and repairs. Could have spent that fucking money on a PS5.
KW didn't do that. You lying, bro?
Yes, he did. I just had to confront him a few days ago about it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh no, I'm clowning him. No, that's crazy.
That's some lame shit. Go ahead, Omega. What do you think about the...
He's talking about he's going to wait for the PS5 Slim. I'm like, nigga, please, go ahead, Omega.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your thoughts on the sequel for?
First of all, I
Battle-
just want to say to all that was just said. I just like to say, ha ha. But yeah, on the sequel, hell, it's not been a God of War that I haven't not liked. So I say it's gonna be awesome. I say bring it on.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. All right, go ahead, Swift with solo leveling.
All right, so we just got the trailer, what, last week, I think?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, we got the trailer last week. Oh, obviously it looks good. You know, solo leveling is raw. Gonna look good. But I'm pretty sure it's coming out early next year, if I remember correctly. I think it's early next year. It just says 2023. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
right. This is next
That
year.
means you don't know when it's coming. Oh boy. Never mind.
Haha.
But yeah, it's coming out on Crunchyroll, so hopefully it'll get more than one season. It's not gonna be like Tower of God or what's the other one? Where they was boxing, like it had no storyline. It came out during the
Magola box
pandemic.
or something? Magola.
No, no. Oh, I remember. It's called God of High School. That's what it
Oh,
was.
okay, okay.
Yeah, all they did was fight, and they had
God of
no
High School.
storyline. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Hopefully, it's
yeah.
not going to be like a one season thing.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, solo leveling. Once it comes out, it's projected to break the internet, which is understandable. I mean, it's not going to have that big of a storyline, but in terms of the animation and fight scenes, it's probably going to be one of the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm predicting anyway.
Oh yeah, man. So yeah, it was Anime Expo, crazy trailers on Anime Expo, and this was one of them. We've been, we actually covered solo leveling before, but it was about teasing that there was a series, but then we finally got the trailer, and I'm wondering, is this going to be like a Crunchyroll original, or is hopefully not like Tower of God?
Yeah,
It
it says
is?
Crunchyroll.
Oh,
Scroll down.
shit.
You don't see this Crunchyroll at the bottom right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how it was for Tower of God and God of High School. That's why I said I hope it doesn't have just one season.
Okay, so this is strictly coming out of Crunchyroll, then not like another studio or some shit.
I mean, you already know you got ways of finessing, so
Damn, man. I don't know. Well, with that, like you said, the track record's not that good then. With God of High School and Tower of God, which I didn't see, but I saw the.
no, that's not what I mean. Like they only get one season, but they're really popular once they come out. Now, Solo Leveling's probably the biggest manhwa, which is why I think it'll get more than one season. And it's already popular as a It's more popular than a lot of animes right now. Like you said, you can see all the animations with it that are fan made, and they look better than some animes. So.
Yeah, but the trailer was dope. I was excited for it. I read a little bit of it, so I don't know too much of the story, but I'm definitely can't wait for next year. Seems like a lot of stuff's coming out. Like I said, we don't know when exactly it's coming out, but it's just good to see this stuff coming out. Because, like you said, I've seen solo leveling being talked about on the internet a lot more, like you said, than other series. So the popularity is there. So the fan base is already there. It's just about if the show's going to be good, and hopefully Crunchyroll don't fuck it up. So,
No, it's gonna be good. Just don't expect a big story or just like an isekai anime, I guess. If that makes sense. So, yeah.
Okay.
Think of what's that one show with Kirito? I forgot what the show's called. Sword Art Online. Think of that, but like way better.
I never liked that damn show. I tried.
Yeah, neither did I. That's why I said way better.
Any thoughts, Adias, on solo leveling? Getting anime?
Nah, I don't know anything about the source material. Congrats, I guess.
Okay. Omega, anything on solo leveling? Getting an anime?
Only thing I can say, it looks very impressive. So, and I'm pretty gung ho for anything that's got something to do with swords in it. So. Yeah, so I'd say the more the merrier. Hopefully, it's a really good show.
Okay. Anything, Lawrence, on solo leveling getting an anime?
Yeah, what he just said, the more the merrier. I take offense to that, man.
Ha.
Sure. I'm ready for comic books to take center stage again. Blast it.
Hey man, whenever Invincible season 2 comes out, hey, I'm ready, man. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, yeah,
Lawrence,
yeah. That's true.
Lawrence, you
I
gotta admit defeat.
I know, right? It's just it's just so hard though, man.
They woke in too many comics, bro.
Yo,
I know.
so is that
Uh-huh.
is that scene coming out in season 2? The one I laughed at.
What are you talking about? What are you talking
You know,
about now?
you know the scene I'm talking about. You know, is that coming out in season 2 or not?
You talking about Villain
I
Saga?
haven't.
Nah, nah. Omni-Man show, Invincible.
I
Oh,
don't know what you're
well,
talking about.
Invincible was supposed to come
That's
out this year with season 2, but I don't know, maybe in the fall or winter. But we haven't got a trailer yet, though.
oh, nah. Soul knows there's this one scene. Soul Hunter and Black Crows know about this. There's
Oh
one
yeah,
scene
yeah.
in it.
You laughed about that shit. That was fucked up. Yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't. We'll see. But no trailer has been. We haven't got any trailers on the next season, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe COVID delayed it or something in production. I don't know. But we'll see with that. All right. So next we got so Dragon Ball Insider leaks new game. So a new Dragon Ball game has been leaked by well-known Dragon Ball Insider. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot remains the latest game, but it won't be the last. Not only did it sell very well, but Dragon Ball games in general sell very well. In fact, that's one of Bandai Namco's biggest money makers. Doesn't mean they're all good though. Going back to Dragon Ball right now, it sounds like the next dip in the well will come in 2024. It says over Twitter, Geekdom relays word of the next Dragon Ball Xenoverse game, Xenoverse 3. The Insider doesn't say anything about the unannounced game other than that it's coming in 2024. However, they point out things can change, as they often do in game development. It says if this rumor is true, the third game in the series will release 8 years after its predecessor, Xenoverse 2. So, of course, even during Anime Expo, which is, I still don't understand how they're still supporting Xenoverse 2 with DLC. I got some new DLC trailers. I mean, people are still they still have a fan base with that game. I mean, like, and then like when you see the trailer, look at the comment section. It's like everyone's like, please release Xenoverse 3." So, it's been a hell of a minute, you know. So, like I said, 2016 this came out, right? Xenoverse 2 was pretty cool. I liked it back then, but it's time to move on, you know. Kakarot was fun too. That was good. So I'm glad this got leaked. I mean, hella glad, because just to keep releasing DLC to a game that came out in 2016, I'm like, come on, man. Like, y'all are wasting money, time on an old game. Man, like, let's move on, man. Let's move on. So I'm glad this is happening. In 2024, I mean, it's not too long from now, so we gotta wait a couple of years or so. But I'm still glad it's coming out, and can't wait to play that shit and see the trailer or whatever. Any thoughts on this, Swift? Xenoverse?
I don't believe it till it comes out. I'm not gonna lie to you. They've been saying this for how long? See, Geekdom usually gets his stuff right, which is why I'm hesitant to not believe him. But they've been saying this for a minute now. Not only that, the DLC, what is it, 14, 15, 16, something like that. That just came out a couple of days ago.
Yeah, not too long ago.
They got like GT Vegeta, Dispo, Ultra Instinct, Base, or Sign, whatever, black-haired Ultra Instinct Goku. Like, and it just depends on what they're gonna add in Xenoverse 3. Like, remember that other game we was talking about? It's called like Dragon Ball Breakers. What happened to that?
Oh man,
That's already
that.
forgotten about.
Yeah, no one cares about that after that damn demo. No one cares.
They wasted all that time with that game when they could have been working on Xenoverse 3 basically. So,
right.
And I don't put it past Bandai Namco to come out with another DLC, because there's supposed to be another hero vote to vote on other characters coming into Xenoverse 2 again.
Man, dude, that's just a cash grab, man. But I guess people are buying it if they keep making it, correct?
Yeah, of course they're buying it.
Man, they're dedicated.
Yeah, they're like,
fans,
yeah, they said Dispo's the best character of the patch, and people apparently want to use GT Vegeta that can't transform into Super Saiyan 4, so...
That's not fun.
I mean, at least that Vegeta's taller, though, so, you know, that's something.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
that's plus a couple points.
Come on, man. Alright. Adidas, what do you think? Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 potentially coming out.
Oh, you're really tugging at my heartstrings here. I love Xenoverse too. I love that game. I don't play video games anymore. But when I do, that's one of the games I do play. I don't Geekdom is on and off. Shout out to Young Swift's Florida brother. He's on and off. He claims he has insiders sometimes, and I really don't think that he's very reliable. I think that it's best to hear Namco or Bamco, whoever the fuck come out and say it's done themselves, because he said Kakarot wasn't done, and they've been saying the anime is coming back ever since 2019, and it would make sense for them to bring out Xenoverse 3 after the new anime. I think
Not to interrupt, you just made me think about that. I think the anime comes out 2023, so that actually lines up.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah.
But they've been saying that for forever. So if it does come out 2023 and it comes out a year after, it makes sense to come out the following year to capitalize on the Galactic Patrol Prisoner and the Granola Saga characters. So that works out. But yeah, I'm like, we still haven't even gotten a bundle with all the Xenoverse 2 DLC yet. Other than that, though, I mean, if it's coming out, this is great. But I take everything Geekdom says with a grain of salt. I mean, he's been milking this shit for years.
That's true.
Also,
I would like to see Tenkaichi instead, but go ahead.
I was gonna say also, they confirmed that the manga and anime are like completely different series. So I wouldn't put it past them to just skip over both arcs and just get straight to the movie. That's just me though. Like the Moral arc and Vegeta's Ultra Ego arc, yeah, I don't think that's coming to the anime.
Wow.
Or they'll figure out a way to implement it. They already confirmed that they're two different things.
How does that make sense though? So what? It's
two
just
different
like
universes.
The anime canon?
No, it's more as though he said the manga's closer to what he wants than the anime. The anime is basically fan service.
Okay, man. That doesn't sound good at all.
He picked the manga writer himself. It was a guy that wrote fan fiction that he liked. He picked him, and because he still wants to be hands off, he's been wanting to be hands off since GT came out. The issue is that he now at least gives them story prompts and says, hey, I want this, and this to happen. I don't give a fuck how you do it. Figure it out. And I'm cool. Because I trust you. I picked you myself. That's how it works. And then the anime, they go on their own accord with those same little notes.
Man, dude. Any thoughts, Lawrence, on Xenoverse 3 from Dragon Ball?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Mega, any thoughts on Xenoverse 3 potentially coming out?
No, I don't have much because I mean, me personally, I'm still stuck on Dragon Ball Z Fighters, and that's all I really give a damn about.
And see, okay, here's the thing about Fighters. I like how it looks and everything, but that 3-on-3 is crazy. I just can't handle it.
It is overwhelming, yeah.
Like if it was like 1v1, okay, I could handle that chaos, but 3-on-3, like it's just like I've tried multiple times. I mean, it looks like a fun game, but it's just goddamn, I can't handle it. I'd be getting my ass kicked and shit. So
it's frustrating. I'll give you that. But my thing is, once you get a really good solid team, and you're actually using your assists more, that game makes a lot more sense, because I know sometimes we can like as people that play fighting games, you can get locked into just being really good with that one character,
right?
But those assists and those wall bounces matter when you call in another character, or just setting up one assist move that links into your next fighter's assist move. I used to feel the same kind of frustration until I started just experimenting with different teams that, like, wow, you actually get a lot of damage in if you're using these assists properly, other than just like, you get a low health bar and you're like, oh shit, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't want this guy to die,
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I've never been a champ. I just always taking L's in those tag games. Like they're fun as shit, but I mean, I can't.
Yeah.
I'd rather just get good at one character and just like like Street Fighter or something, or a Tekken
Right.
or something like that. I mean, it's just easier for me. But go ahead. You got this next article on video game sales falling.
Yeah. So it and it's I'm gonna be very simple on this. The recession that's looming, which I always feel is like a ripple effect, but we already have inflation that's happening, and this war that is taking place between Ukraine and Russia is affecting a lot of these studios that we're possibly going to be selling to, just worldwide. Period. But I believe, just reading the article wise, a lot of the video game industry is already prepared for that hit because of the great streaming options that they have now. So I mean, if you got really good internet, you're gonna be straight. But I don't, all these huge titles that are coming out now, it's gonna be a while before we kind of see any more large titles that requires like a lot of money. Like you might see a lot of indie games that come out, but definitely this is the downturn of the video game industry for some time to come. But I mean, like I said, if you got great streaming, even you might have to shell out a little bit. I understand the inflation and everything, but people are going to want their entertainment that way. And if these streaming services are now giving you better play, I mean, I say that is why the video game industry will take a hit, but it'll be a soft blow. A lot of people will be going to these streaming services.
Yeah, that's true. And then you got to remember like how long it takes for a game to even be produced and made. With, like for example, God of War, that took like maybe 3-4+ years. Or games like The Witcher and Mass Effect, Grand Theft Auto.
Very hard work.
I mean, those games
very
take
hard
forever.
work.
So it's a big deal. It's a big investment. You can't. That's
oh yeah.
Hence, you're not going to see like 6 games like Elden Ring come out in the same year. It's just not possible. I mean, so.
Yeah, I mean, look at Treyarch. The Call of Duty franchise. I mean, these guys put a lot of effort into these games, from not only just the gameplay, but the backgrounds, the sound. It's a lot of work that goes into creating these games. I mean, and during this economic downturn, I mean, you guys better enjoy these titles that they're kicking now, because it's going to be streaming services up the yin yang. I mean, me myself personally, I'm giving a shout out to PlayStation Premium. I just went ahead and transitioned over to that, and I'm gonna see what titles I like and what titles I don't like. For now, the catalog that I do see, I might go to the medium tier. But they're going to still be adding a lot of new games to that premium. So it might be something that might be a permanent, depending on, of course, certain PS3 titles, certain PSP titles, and so on like that. I'm enjoying the new PlayStation Premiere, though. I'm not Premiere, Premium. So.
Okay. And then another thing is, even after you make the game, you might spend a year or two still supporting the game with bugs, patches, updates. All of these games have now DLC, which is just more stuff that's unlocked in the disc. So even after you release the game, there's still stuff afterwards that you may, especially these fighting games. I mean, for example, Street Fighter 5, and look at Tekken. Tekken 8 still hasn't come out yet. They've been releasing DLC for Tekken 7 for years. So. Yeah, that's a good point. What do you think of Diaz on this with the video game sales and stuff?
Oh yes. I have a lot to say on this one. Where do I begin? Okay. So a lot of sectors saw huge increases during COVID, including the one that I work in. I work in logistics. My company made, what was it, $7, $8 billion in 2020 during the pandemic. Just shipping out products, and then they doubled that the next year, and we're on pace to double it again this year. And now, as we exit those COVID lockdowns, we've been contracting down, and that's something I consider an expected correction. Um, we were on pace to double our earnings this year. It was 4 billion in 2020, not 7, 4, then 8, and then we projected to go 10 billion this year. But we hit what's called a loose market, where you simply had more truck drivers than you have product. I think we're getting to that correction in the gaming market right now. It's the same thing with with stocks, with anything. There's always going to be peaks and valleys. Now, I always see these framed as big losses or bracing for recession, but for me, I feel like it's just a market recession. Everyone saw their industries get massive gains during an unprecedented time, and now they're shocked and it's going back to how it was before. And it's actually not even correcting that much. The forecast in this article you put here is for 1%. If there were actual consoles to buy and a lot of games hadn't been pushed to 2023, this probably doesn't happen. A 1% drop isn't that much, but over 2020, 2021, you're gaining 26% year over year. Now, losing 1% is a substantial shift in momentum, but at the end of the day, one is one. So I just feel like a lot of these articles are unnecessarily alarming. It's like the first time in history, recession, listen, these are products. They don't have infinite growth. Like these companies' stocks are dropping by extreme amounts because they didn't make as much profit as, some random analysts said they should. And then people just start freaking out and losing their nutsacks. Now, the reason why stock prices drop is that analysis becomes part of the public knowledge. There are no other analysis to contest it, and that's what has a strong influence on what people believe is true. In this case, it's even the expected future value which will lead people to buy now. Because the expected future value of games is higher than the current value, it is profitable to buy now. So if an analyst expects a growth of 26%, then the expected future value leads to people buying the stock until they think it is no longer profitable. This is called risk assessment or risk tolerance. Now, if a new analyst gets published and it shows an expected decline by 1%, the expected value of the company reduces by a lot because it was highly overvalued before. It's like buying a used car. You have an initial opinion of its value, and then thus you have a price you're willing to pay. If you find any flaws during inspection that you weren't aware of before, that value changes, and thus the price you're willing to pay changes. So that's pretty much what I have to say on that. Sorry, I got a big promo on this one. If you even look at video games during the 2008 recession, video games were proved to be quote unquote recession proof. When consumers scale back on out of the house entertainment, movies, restaurant, travel, you have video games to offer a good value source of entertainment during these recessions. The number of hours of solid entertainment that comes from a video game purchase is much greater than a movie for a very comparable cost. Now we're seeing shifts to free-to-play games and mobile games versus traditional console games. Consoles, PC hardware, and accessories are likely to be the most impacted during the recession. Consumers stress usability of these items for longer, so they're higher priced. Software, digital game downloads, and mobile games are what sees the strongest sales. If you look at charts, they'll show you when they peak and what have you.
That's a good point.
So the main difference between now and 2008, and I'll say this and I'll stop. The main difference between now and back then is that the Great Recession and the possible looming recession right now, the biggest difference is the unemployment and inflation. 2008, unemployment hit 10%. The current unemployment rate right now is at 3.6. Inflation was at 3.8 in '08. It's currently at 8.3%. So while unemployment cuts consumer spending down, so does inflation. So we might be entering a recession right now. This recession is more likely to impact retirement accounts, not actual paycheck accounts, unlike 2008, where your unemployment increased. So, with that, this is going to impact discretionary spending. According to studies, you'll see that 42% of consumers will first cut dining, they'll cut entertainment, they'll cut groceries, travel, and so on. Video game cuts will be further down the list. These will actually come after things like streaming services, gym memberships, and home decor. Roughly, 20% of people will cut down on video game spending, because video games are in line with alcohol when it comes to what a consumer decides to stop spending their money on. And we know alcohol is recession proof. People still spend money on that. They spend money on beauty, personal care products. Video games are in that same bracket. So that's all I gotta say.
That's a good point, though, because
you know what?
Go ahead.
I'd like to just a quick rebuttal. The cost of living, which goes up, will do these two things. Either the first is that the person will work more, so that will eliminate you actually indulging yourself in games, and possibly even reducing or getting rid of a streaming service. But there's also another second option, which is somebody will just be a lot more frugal and possibly subtract certain things that they do indulge themselves in, which could be actually alcohol into more gaming. So that's all I had to say about the as far as the inflation and recession issue, which I still stand by. Recession is like, it's like a ripple effect. It's like a wave. Like, certain people are not going to feel it as faster than others. And heck, some people were in a recession before even COVID-19 happened. So,
I mean, if you want to go that route, we can do that.
Yeah.
You work more, you spend more time outside your house. You think you're more or less likely to venture outside of your house to have entertainment, or would you rather stay at home and enjoy it there?
Yeah, probably stay at home. Probably.
Most people will choose to stay at home.
Because that's what COVID proved that.
Because, yeah,
more people stayed, inside.
Especially if you live in a city like me in Miami, where everything is spread out and 20 minutes away is close. Like, most people are going to choose to stay at home because you can buy the game, $60? Instead of going out, spending time, gas, money, etc., going back, you can just do this from your house. You can talk to people from your house. Everything is quicker. So now you're spending more time maximizing your entertainment for the same cost.
That's true.
If you're working, I'm saying
we do have
that works a lot.
Okay, like I get somebody that's working a lot that might, even if you're staying at home, being cooped up, eventually somebody is going to want to possibly get out and do some recreational things that require maybe even less money than it would be to have entertainment. Like, a lot of people invested into like doing outside exercises or exercise equipment, stuff like that, Like, even certain gyms just moved all their equipment outside and still operated a running business instead of having, everyone inside. So,
yeah.
Let's talk about what the data says. Did more people go to the gym or play video games?
Definitely video games.
Yeah, well, yeah. Definitely, probably video games.
When movies opened up, did more people go to the movies or play video games?
Still video games.
I think people... Nah, didn't people like run back into the movie theaters? Or
certain movies, not all movies though.
Not all though, yeah.
Most people waited for the shit to come out on HBO Max or Disney Plus still.
On the streaming services, yeah, you're right.
And then once again, like you said, you buy $60 for a game, $70, whatever. I mean, you can play that game for hours. I mean, it doesn't matter what's going on with the world. Like, dudes are gonna get that Madden when that Madden comes out. Like, dudes are gonna get that 2K. I mean, it could be a comet coming down, and dudes are gonna get that 2K though. Like, they don't care.
They smoking on that the 2K pack.
You know that 2K is getting pre-ordered. getting pre-ordered tonight. Like, you know that shit. We know how dudes are. You know how gamers up with that 2K and Madden. They don't play with that stuff, man. I mean,
shit. But
they don't play. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
That 2K trailer came out a couple of days ago. You know, dudes are already click that pre-order button. That shit, just waiting to get that shit.
Yeah, you get free NBA League Pass with it.
oh
It's
my
gonna
goodness.
boost up the
Even
NBA
more
rating.
reason to not go out the house.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. So free league
Free
pass?
NBA League Pass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meteor about to hit Earth, but we smoking on that Madden too.
Go ahead, Swift, with your turn. What do you think on the video game sales, Swift?
I mean, y'all pretty much at every point. I mean, I don't have much to say on this one.
Okay. Lawrence, anything on the video game sales?
Well, I think we dragged the conversation on long enough.
Yeah, we did.
This is the Otaku Jump podcast, not financial resource education. There are some things that I would say that everybody is correct on, but I would also say simultaneously that a huge portion of it is wrong as well. And I'm leaving it on that because, as I said, this has gone on for about 15, 20 minutes now. So,
Lawrence, we need your input, bro. Come on, man. Say something a little bit.
That was a good
You gotta
argument.
go.
Video,
Lawrence, you gotta go inside, bro.
I don't. Again, in the full scheme of things, it's like I said, for me, it's the conversation. Like I said, you guys have said enough.
We're taking this off camera for sure.
Yeah. Once we're done, yeah, you could, if need be, yeah. So actually, you're right, Lawrence. You gotta actually start our intermission. So we're gonna be back after a good commercial break. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and we'll be right back shortly. And enjoy your quick little break. We'll be right back. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, you there, I sit in judgment of you.
Riddle me this.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Hadouken!
Combining the sun ray with the force energy power.
Your soul is mine.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file.
Or the stone pudding or something. I mix up some herbs and I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Always winterize your eyes. Your soul is mine.
Your powers combined.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Why so serious? Riddle me this.
Haven't had a lot of company in a long time, but if I were expecting some, I'd whip up a really substantial meal. You see how strong I am? From eating all this stuff.
Super Vegeta.
Your soul is mine.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Hadouken!
Your powers combined.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
What are you going to do, Space Ghost?
I'm combining the sun ray with the force energy power.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Your soul is mine. Riddle me this. Why so serious? Always winterize your pants.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, "You there, I sit in judgment of you."
Why so serious? Hadouken!
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Your soul is mine.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file.
By your powers combined.
Riddle me this.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
What are you going to do, Space Ghost?
I'm combining the stun ray with the force energy powered.
Always winterize your pants. Your soul is mine. Hold on, wait.
By your powers combined.
Hadouken! Why so serious?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, "You there, I sit in judgment of you."
You seem to be well grounded in the case file.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Always winterize your pants.
Or the stone pudding or something, I mix up some herbs and I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Soul here from the Nerd Pill. Be sure to like, video, subscribe. We're here with Otaku Jump Podcast, episode 16. We are at our part 2 of the podcast. We had a quick commercial break. We are back. Shout out to Dorian, Lou, Curls, going on, Death Racer. I saw J Wolf, Cools, what's going on?
Wait, Lou? Citizen Lou?
Yeah, Lou's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yo, man,
Okay.
Dorian, don't be hating, but y'all don't know, but that song is actually Hammer's song, bro. That was Hammer. Y'all roasted
Hammer who?
You don't remember Hammer?
The guy punked off YouTube?
Yeah, the robot. Yeah, that's his
Oh
song.
yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, that was his song. He gave me that song like long time ago. You know, so shout out to Hammer. I mean, I wish the dude was join the Discord. You know, it'd be funny. You might get roasted, but it'd still be funny. It'd be funny.
But you want Hammer to join the Discord?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that before he did what he did, like it would have been,
Oh, I'm about to say you're trying to promote bullying. I like this.
No, I'm not. So we're available on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Anchor. All that stuff. You can check it out. Links are in the description for all those links. You can email us too if you want us to cover something. So let's go ahead and start right up with the part 2. So Doctor Doom MCU project may have been accidentally leaked, a lot of leaks, by Howard Stern. So a new Doctor Doom movie set in the MCU may have been leaked by Howard Stern over what appears to be a hot mic. Stern is heard talking to a producer about his plans for the summer, which apparently include plans to appear in Doctor Doom in some capacity. Robert Downey Jr. is among other names that came up. So I don't listen to a lot of Marvel MCU channels, maybe New Rock Stars, but I have seen a couple Doctor Doom kind of theme-based videos pop up. I try not to watch all that stuff because I don't want to get spoiled, but we already knew that Doctor Doom was coming anyway with the new everything. Well, Disney basically taking all those IPs from the other places. So I'm actually I'm excited for Doctor Doom. I'm just kind of shocked that Howard Stern would be involved in Doctor Doom, which I don't see how that makes any damn sense. But Doctor Doom has been ruined by Century Fox with Fantastic Four multiple times, twice, and when they had Michael B. Jordan as Human Torch, what I thought he did okay with. That Doctor Doom was like a burnt battery. That's what he looked like. And then they had, I forgot the other actor. I think he was in Nip Tuck. He was Doctor Doom, which I thought was a little bit better than the one we had with Michael B. Jordan's Human Torch. But who knows who they're going to cast as Doctor Doom. But MCU better not mess this up. Although they did fuck up Taskmaster, right? They fucked, that was just terrible what they did with Taskmaster. Hopefully they don't mess up Doctor Doom. So that's my quick thoughts on this. Adias, what do you think on Doctor Doom?
I gotta set you straight. Taskmaster was great.
What? What? Really?
Show some respect.
Wait. You agree? Really? You think Taskmaster was good?
Taskmaster was great. Black Widow was great.
The movie was good, but you think Taskmaster in the movie was good?
Yes.
Oh man, okay, you get a smoke for that. I can see Adias giving you smoke. Well, go ahead, Adias. Go ahead, Adias, with your turn. Go ahead.
Yeah, for a second I thought this was fake. I'm like, yeah, this is not for the MCU. I couldn't see Feige's name and I couldn't hear it in the audio at first. Mm-hmm. But I think I did verify that it seems legit. I mean, I need more info. I personally, I don't even know if it's real. Howard Stern being the person to leak this,
right? That's my thing.
It's a little fishy to me.
Yeah, it is odd. I agree on that
one. And I'm thinking like, we're talking about Doctor Doom before the Fantastic Four is scheduled to be released. Doom is the cart, but Fantastic Four is the horse that pulls the cart. Mm-hmm. I think that he's a deep enough character to have his own movie. Totally. But I think in a way sometimes Fantastic Four holds him back from his actual potential as a villain. But so from here, I think that we have two possibilities to consider. We have Fantastic Four. Maybe his role is Fantastic Four related. Or they're planning on immediately following that movie with the Doom Project. And, last I heard, the Fantastic Four movie lost its director. So Howard Stern complaining about schedules is a little weird. Timing-wise, it kind of makes sense, but that would mean that they're filming this summer. Guardians 3, the Marvels are already filming or wrapped up, so maybe they are looking for the next movie. Maybe Doom has an origin separate from the Fantastic Four. Him and Reed met in college in the original comics, from what I remember. I don't know. This is just fucking speculation. All of this articles like this, there's no facts being presented. It's just creating speculation. I don't know. It fucks me up.
Yeah, stuff like this, like the MCU YouTubers are gonna eat this up and do videos and theory type stuff. So I mean, it's content for them. They're gonna just take every inch of the article and just make it into something so they can get some monetization for it. But MCU, I don't think they've had a dedicated villain movie Of course, we've seen Venom, which I think it's Venom 1 was not bad. Then we had fucking Morbius, which sucked ass. Joker, that's from DC though, so Marvel hasn't really done something like that. So I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Doctor Doom. I hope they don't ruin it. That's all I hope, because I'm a fan, definitely a fan, but I just hope they don't ruin it. Adios, what do you? No, sorry.
And that's a fair point. Before I let Lawrence go, the MCU doesn't deviate. They don't deviate from their formula like ever. So maybe it's not a Doom solo film.
Yeah, I don't know. That's true.
They've been doing the same shit since '08.
Right. Lawrence, what do you think about Doctor Doom in the MCU?
What do I think about Doom in the MCU, or what do I think about the thing with Howard Stern?
Let's go with Howard Stern first.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Yeah, you can go ahead. What do you think about the rumor? Do you think it's the leak? You think it's true, or this thing's BS?
I think it's nonsense. I think it's nonsense because, first of all, Howard Stern is a shock jock. He makes his living off of saying stuff that gets people riled up. That's number one. Number two, you expect me that after 21 movies and 12 years of keeping everything under wraps and so tightly lipped, nobody knows what's going on, and all of a sudden they want to release information about Doctor Doom, knowing full well that they have a whole lot of heavy lifting to do when it comes to the Fantastic Four based on the previous movies prior. And you want us to believe Howard Stern over at least two veteran actors that came prior to him, that we're going to go with a shock jock? Nah. Nah. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong, but I don't see it. None of that makes sense. When has Marvel ever leaked anything? When has Kevin Feige let anything slide past them to be used as a rumor or conjecture or anything like that? He just doesn't do it. He swears the actors, he swears the directors, he swears the producers, he makes the grip dudes swear to secrecy. And now all of a sudden Howard Stern out of nowhere can get all the information and no, man. I'm sorry. I can't. Howard Stern of all people, Howard Stern. Yeah. That's who you want to go with for releasing information. That makes no sense to me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't.
That's a good point. Omega, what do you think about the Doctor Doom MCU project rumors leak?
Yeah. As far as the him being introduced in the MCU, I just gotta say, can they just stick to his origins? You know what I'm saying? Like, just stick to the Marvel origins. I don't know if this is gonna be a continuing, like, because the multiverse is going on, so they could go in all kind of directions with this, but I didn't like the decapitation Doctor Doom. Like, the one that just headshot you and then that was it. Like, it kind of just seemed like a rush job of a villain for me, like, and just displaying a power that, a headshot is a headshot, but Doctor Doom is just much more. He's just like, I always used to say Doctor Doom is the evil version of a Tony Stark that just said, I'm going to use magic and technology together to make myself powerful. And he's intelligent. He's very smart. Even to the point he is the Baron of Latveria, or just the ruler, I think, of his own nation. So that's where I'm going with it. Yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Just these last Dooms were just
yeah, that's trash. You might as well just call the last one Duracell, because that dude looked like a damn battery. That's
he did look like a battery.
Right. Oh, stupid. Swift, what do you think about the Doctor Doom MCU leak rumor? What do you think?
Doctor Doom's that dude with the green cape, right, or the green hoodie?
Yes.
That's like metal face.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have much to say on this, but since Curls is here, hashtag INTJ gang. Just because it's Curls.
Okay. Shout out to Curls, man. Shout out to Black Jesus from the Oasis, the Black Jesus, because he looks like Jesus. All right. Go ahead.
Wow, what the fuck?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yay, Black Jesus.
I will say, I will say this about Doom and why it's so important to get him right. He is the primary protagonist to the Fantastic Four, especially Reed Richards. In addition to that, he's also represents what Reed Richards could be if he goes down the dark path. In addition to that, he represents three, maybe four primary characters in the Marvel universe, whether it be comics or MCU. His intelligence level, he's high. It is argued that he is smarter than Reed Richards, who's supposed to be the smartest man in the universe, right? He also can create suits of armor like Tony Stark. However, unlike Tony Stark, he never has to upgrade his. He's been using the same one, so he's definitely built a superior product because he doesn't have to constantly upgrade it. Number three, he rules an entire country and its resources the same way T'Challa does in Wakanda.
Oh yeah.
You understand where I'm going with this? And then on top of that, he's the second most powerful sorcerer after Doctor Strange. So you have to get Doctor Doom right. He is not a joke.
He's not, man.
You know what I'm saying? Victor Von Doom was the second one to be chosen by the Ancient One prior to him finding Doctor Strange. Think about that. So you're talking about somebody with the wealth of a nation, the technological abilities of Tony Stark. You understand what I'm saying? The sorcery capabilities of the Ancient One, while at the same time being technically or arguably the smartest man on the planet. So again, when you ask me about Howard Stern talking about being Doctor Doom or talking about Doctor Doom, no. I'm sorry. I can't co-sign that.
Right.
And if they do, it's the biggest mistake they'll ever make.
Go ahead, Adias, with Captain America 4.
Captain America 4, aka Black Widow 2, because this fucker won't take the damn serum. What he is. Basically, what we have here, we have the Captain America 4 movie being confirmed. We already knew it was coming. We have a little bit of information on it. Let me pull up my notes here. All right. And it's found his director, Julius Ona. So Anthony Mackie's going to star as Captain America. By all reports, they're really trying hard to not call this man Captain America. They gave him the shield, gave him the costume. They gave him that entire insecurity character arc they give every character for whatever fucking reason. And now we're here. He's pretty much Captain America, except not a name. Julius Ona as a director, that's pretty much what this is about, so I'll talk directly on that. Julius Ona is best known for directing Cloverfield Paradox. He also directed Loose, which I enjoyed. And he directed The Girl Is in Trouble with Columbus Short. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably didn't see that one. But Cloverfield Paradox is on Netflix. People hated it. I thought that it had some really cool ideas. It was like a science fiction horror film in space, of course. And then Loose was more of a, this one's on Hulu. This is a social thriller based on a play. Pretty much about, this goes over like some of the issues that Black people have, especially growing up in certain neighborhoods. I thought that Loose was good. It had vulnerability, had insidious moments, and all in all, right, he likes to have these explosive films. So I think that's what we can expect from Captain America. It'll play on some of those emotional and moralistic aspects. I think that'll be good. And yeah, that's pretty much what we have here. I like Captain America. He's probably my favorite Avenger. I don't like Marvel characters like pretty much at all. So if one catches my eye, I think they're really good. And Cap's really caught my eye. And I liked Falcon's portrayal. I never cared for him as a comic character, but in the MCU, I think that especially early on, they've portrayed him really well, at least in mirroring his character arc with Steve Rogers. So I haven't seen the no, yes, I have. I think that they've mirrored his arc with Steve's really well. It's just his is more expanded. So having that show was a good way to give him some depth and kind of familiarize him with some of the audience members who were just grieving for Steve. I wish he would take the fucking serum. I wish he would just, gird up his loins like a man and be Captain America.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And also, like, I'm wondering, I feel like Anthony is gonna have to. He's probably gonna have a lot of different characters in this movie, like, because I don't think he could carry the weight of a film like a Captain America on his own. If he's by his own, I just don't see the box office being like heavy like that, So with the Captain, with the Falcon and Winter Soldier, I mean, of course, he had Winter Soldier and a couple other characters to kind of make it into a mixed bag, but still made it interesting. Not saying he's bad or anything, but I'm definitely certain there's going to be some more characters in this movie. I don't know who the enemy's going to be, what the plot's going to be, but I just don't see him being able to hold his own with his own movie like this. I just don't see it. Like, I can see him as a support role, maybe a side role, side character like Falcon was. Sure, like he definitely did his thing, or like kind of like a cop, bad cop, good cop, whatever, like he did with Winter Soldier. But it's gonna be interesting to see him like kind of do a lead role like this. I'm interested to see how he does. That's all. So that's my thoughts.
I have to humbly disagree. Before I let someone else speak, Anthony Mackie is an extremely talented actor. I think that he's a better actor than Chris Evans. And he actually comes from a stage background. I think that he'll do extremely well. I just don't think that he's been given that chance. So that may not be a role that you're familiar with him, being in.
True.
But if you watch some of his films where he is the lead guy, he can carry a film for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen a lot of his movies, so I would need to check them out. What do you think, Meg? What do you think about the Captain America 4?
I don't have too much on it. Yeah, I mean, it should be interesting. I hope he's a super soldier, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Yeah, like you said, that's what the D is pointing about. You should just take the damn serum. I agree with you. I actually agree with you, you two as well. That just take the damn thing and just be more badass, right? I'm totally with that. Swift, anything on Captain America 2?
You mean Captain America 4?
Yeah, 4.
And this guy's supposed to be the main character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a personal thing, but I think it's lame when you're already a superhero and you just become someone else's that's already been there. Like, I know a lot of the pro-black people are like, oh yeah, we got a black Captain America, yada yada yada. That's cool. But I'd rather have someone be a unique individual. I like keep it consistent with who they are. That's just me though.
I feel you.
Yeah, I get that. Lawrence, what do you think about Captain America 4?
I think it's stupid.
Oh, brother.
Okay. Go ahead, Lawrence.
I think it's stupid. Well, in regards to Anthony Mackie, he is an outstanding actor. I've seen a lot of his work, both in film and stage. He is a wonderful actor. He really is. The problem is, being a wonderful actor does not make you a lead role in an action film. They're two totally distinctive things. The same way Arnold Schwarzenegger can be great in action, but you will never see him do a drama. It's just, it is what it is. I don't think there's enough of a fan base for the Falcon to carry a film on his own. I kind of agree with you, so that they're going to need to pack it with other people in order to draw people in. Because whether we want to admit it or not, more people will come see the Winter Soldier than they will a black Captain America. And that's just facts, whether we like it or not. And matter of fact, you can see the foundation of them building towards that when he had his 6-episode show. They packed it with the Winter Soldier instead of just being Captain America. They brought in the Dora Milaje. They had to bring in John Walker. They had, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's nothing against Anthony Mackie, but as far as it goes for this particular rendition of him as Captain America, they're going to have to pack it. He can't carry it on his own. He can't. At least not an action movie perspective. You just can't.
Yeah, that's how I see it. This based off what what he gave us with MCU Falcon, and it could be the writer's fault, but I just think he's just better as Falcon, just to be honest. I mean, or if he's doing.
And that's another.
Go ahead.
And I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. That's another thing too, and I think everybody here would agree with me when I say this about Anthony Mackie in the MCU. They underserved him. The kind of direction and story and lines that they gave him, and story arcs were decent, but especially when we got to the TV show, those writers didn't serve him properly. Because he was so much better than the writing they gave him, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I mean, they literally had a gem in front of them, and instead of rubbing it to get it shiny and sparkly, they just dumped trash on it. Because a lot of that storyline in that 6-issue series, man. Come on, man. He's like we were talking about. We've watched him in other films. We know that man can deliver, no questions. So in my opinion, the writers let him down, and I get the same feeling they're going to do the same thing with this movie. Instead of it being about Sam Wilson and Anthony Mackie's ability to portray that character and move the character forward, it would not surprise me if it gets spliced in with woke nonsense or anything along those lines. And again, that would be a disservice to him, the man, the actor.
Right. We'll have to see, because we don't know the plot or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I honestly, I didn't really think we need a Captain America for it, to be honest. But
I didn't either, to be honest. I mean, until you just talked about it just now, I didn't even know it was even thought of.
We probably don't. I do think that Anthony deserves it. He's been underserved a lot throughout his entire career, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you with that 100%. 100%. No argument, no challenge whatsoever. But I would rather have him not do it than them to do a disservice to him.
I think something like this, whether or not he can pull it off, should have come a lot earlier in his career, so we could see. He's 43 right now.
Agreed. It's no different than Scarlett Johansson. The Black Widow film should have been years ago.
That's true.
It's the same. It's the same thing. It's absolutely the same thing. I mean, and like I said, this is why I'm concerned, because as the years went on and we went through the MCU movies, you can see the direction they're going. And when they stopped with the movies and started with the Disney Plus shows, you can see them pushing it further and further. There's a lot of disservice that got done to a lot of people. Scarlett Johansson should have had a Black Widow movie long before Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. Brie Larson shouldn't have been Captain Marvel because they want to talk about diversity, but the first female Captain Marvel was black. That was Monica Rambeau, but they turned her into a kid to push Brie Larson. We saw how they treated the storyline, like I said, and with Anthony Mackie and Captain and Winter Soldier. We've seen a little bit in WandaVision, and we've seen it in the Eternals. We've seen it in Shang-Chi, and that's like I said, that's my concern. I have no questions, no challenges to Anthony Mackie. You give him the right stuff, he's gonna chew every scene. And I mean, he's gonna chew it, spit it out, and then regurgitate it, because the man is good. He really is. The man is really good, no question. But like I said, he's right now, I think the way everything's going, he's going to get crappy writers who do him a disservice. And I would rather him not do it than go through that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I see your point. Even the director, he's a black guy. He's Nigerian. And the movie Loose I was talking about has a little bit of wokeness to it. It's about a black guy growing up in a white school, trying to run for school president.
Oh, man. That don't sound interesting to me. But,
if you like dramas, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Lawrence. Sorry. Go ahead, Lawrence. Sorry.
No. I was just saying that's just my argument with it. Which, from what it looks like you brought up on screen, we're going to continue that same.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I was about to give you the alley-oop for this Thor here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody read this, and if you did, let me just say, I'm sorry.
It was embarrassing.
It was, man. What Marvel's been doing is they brought back What If, their anthology series where you can do imaginary stories about if something changed here, something changed there. The last couple of issues has been doing Miles Morales, who we all know is quote unquote the Black Spider-Man. Um, and they've been doing him as different people, Captain America, etc. Now, all the stories prior to this one have been well, not predominantly, they've all been written by people of color. Okay. This one, where they had reimagined Miles as not Spider-Man, but as Thor, was written by a white guy. Okay. And this dude turned Asgard into a ghetto.
Oh no!
Because Miles is black. Oh. We're talking about graffiti. We talk about all the things you can associate with a ghetto. They had some kind of graffiti thing and sparkly stuff on Milnor. It was just bad. It was just bad, and it created such an uproar that people went crazy. And the guy who wrote it had apologized and said something about taking the money he got paid for it and donating it to, I think it was Brooklyn Book Agenda or something, someplace for literacy and to get people reading. And here's the thing. How can I put this? I don't blame the writer. I know that's going to sound so crazy, but I don't blame the writer. I blame the editors. Because here's the thing. This was a one-shot story, which means he didn't come in with a pitch, so to speak. It's more along the lines of an editor goes, hey, I think we could do this. Give me somebody who can write this, yada, yada. Because at the end of the day, editorial has the final say-so on what goes to the printer, period, point blank. So either he wrote this and you didn't stop him, which makes you a fool, or you told him to write this story and pushed it through. Still makes you a fool. So we get into people having Twitter fights and everything else about, oh, see, that's why white people can't write this, write these characters. And I think to some degree that was the plan, to get people to say that. Because that would be a way to push more representation in the industry, which makes no sense to me, because the same way, just because you're white doesn't mean you can write a black character. Just because you're black doesn't mean you can either. Just saying.
Man, dude. So you're saying they made his crew is his place a ghetto, huh? That's funny as shit.
Oh man, the whole thing. Dude, somebody has said in the article, what did they say? They said it's so woke that it circles all the way back to being racist. So
I mean, I like the art. The art looked fire, but yeah, I mean, damn, man, that sucks.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, you like the rainbow?
The one thing I was looking, I was like, the art is
not the. Besides that,
I was like,
God, go ahead, Omega. Sorry.
The art was dope, and even the coloring, the inking, but it seemed like it rebounded, like wokeness into just the stereotype.
Oh shit! He got Jordans on though, for real. He got Jordans, man. He balled. He got Jordans. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn. Can he play basketball too?
I can't remember. Was there a thing in there with basketball?
Probably.
I know it was something in Hammer Time in it.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, that was bad.
It was Hammer.
Oh man. Okay, go ahead and make us hard.
Yeah, that's all I wanted.
Okay.
To say.
Okay. Go. Swift. What do you think about Black Thor?
This isn't fan made, right? Just making sure.
No, it's a comic.
No, it's no. This is actual comic.
Like this is actual. Wow. Yep. I mean, good art style, I guess. It's kind of cringe. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man, they got
especially
graffiti in
after
the
seeing the Thor movie. Wait, isn't Thor supposed to be based off Vikings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you have a black Viking? That doesn't make
Well, that's
sense.
why.
Story.
The
What it's
Vikings
called.
were black, FYI.
Well,
Okay,
it's
okay.
called.
Well, you know, in media.
ships, you know, one of the Africans fell off of it, and he wandered over. He drifted over to Finland.
Oh, wait.
They-
You're saying this guy's
They're
an African
they're
slave?
doing it.
Really?
They're doing it in media because they know the history, bro.
I'm not, I won't say slave, but I will say that possibly he was just working on a ship, and just his shipwrecked.
That's really stupid. I hope he wasn't Nigerian.
Floated on the ship. Maybe Niger bros. Y'all like white women? Let me get out of there.
What do you think, Adias? Go ahead. What do you think?
I agree with everything that Lauren said. It's so woke that it looped back to being racist. It is the worst and most racist of the year, and I wish I could take back the time I spent reading it.
Damn.
Why did the Frost Giants have dreadlocks? What is this shit?
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. Oh my goodness, I forgot
Wait,
about
seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He calls
I forgot about
Asgard.
that.
Wait.
It was
Wait, so who did their hair? Who was doing the braiding and shit?
Bro, he calls Asgard his hood.
Oh man.
Yep.
Odin is wearing Timbs.
What?
Yep.
It was a.
The
Yep.
hammer is covered in
Yep.
graffiti. Like,
Yeah,
this
I
shit
saw
is
that.
fucking trash.
Oh man.
You know who braided their hair?
Who?
It was that Freya chick. What's her name? The chick that wear green.
Oh, okay. Thor's sister and shit. That we saw for like a
Hella.
brief moment. Yeah. Yo,
Yeah.
did
Why does he look like one of the
Hella.
bad guys
Hella.
from that old Meteor Man? Yeah, hella. Why does he look like one of the villains from that old Robert Townsend Meteor Man movie?
Oh, let's not. Oh god, Meteor Man.
Oh, that's not
Okay,
good,
wait.
that
Well,
Meteor Man.
you brought that shit up, Lawrence. I know you seen Blake Man.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. You know how many times I watched that movie, dude? That was my movie in the '90s, man. As a kid, that was my movie. Man, we might have to do. We might have to do a watch party of that shit. It's old, but that shit was funny.
It was.
Shit.
And Meteor Man had its potential, but the first time they had a film with a black hero being, the main protagonist, and you turn it into a jokey comedy, I was, but we're not here to talk about Meteor Man.
Yeah.
But like I said, it was to say it was a hot mess is to be kind.
Right.
And this is why I get so angry with the comic industry, because they think they're doing something. They think they're trying to be progressive. But when you get down to it, all the people who are screaming about let's move forward, let's be progressive, let's promote this, let's promote that, and when that opportunity comes, they always represent whoever they're trying to quote unquote save in the worst light. Because I mean, really, who in their right mind would have said, if Miles became Thor, let's turn Asgard into a ghetto? Who would even think something like that?
I'm just glad it didn't come. It didn't, Luckily, it's not a movie. Well, actually, no. I wish it was a movie. Maybe would have roasted the hell out of that shit. Would have been fun though, man.
Man, it would not surprise me if it became part of the animated What If.
That would have been funny. All right.
Because that's the book it was published in. What If.
Right.
So it wouldn't surprise me if they tried to do an animated version in the next season. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Wouldn't surprise me at all. The only people who have ever gotten Miles Morales correct was Into the Spider-Verse and the original guy who created him, Brian Michael Bendis. That's it.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna be going through these really quick. This is our rapid fire. I just got 3 articles. Oh, maybe 3 or 4. So, Bleach live action series in the works from Stranger Things creator.
Bleach?
New Death Note movie. Death Note live action series is on the way to Netflix. Reported by Deadline, Netflix has teamed up with Upside Down Pictures, the company behind Stranger Things, which, by the way, season 4, part 2 was lit. Just finished that earlier this week. It was pretty good. So they're going to create a live-action adaptation of Death Note. The show will be connected to Netflix' infamous 2017 adaptation, and they're saying this is of course, widely celebrated manga series. More details about a new adaptation, including its cast, crew, and release date, have yet to be announced. So, sadly, it says okay. So no, this is good. It will not be connected. Not sure why we need a Death Note live action show. Any quick thoughts on this one? I don't know why we need this, but whatever. If it's
because according to the nerds on my anime list, it's the best anime ever. So, of course, they're gonna try again.
I just want Mark from RDC World to play Light, like he does in Anime House. That's all I want.
He stinks. He's a jobber.
Hopefully they don't have.
Cool.
Hopefully Kid Cudi's not in this.
He needs to do some damn push-ups.
Anyone else? Quick thoughts?
I don't know much, but I
need this show to just show.
Oh, brother.
Damn, Omega. Go ahead.
I don't know much, but I know enough not to get my hopes up after what happened with Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah, man.
Smart man.
Cowboy Bebop, rest in peace.
Oh.
Who? Anyone else? Anyone thoughts on Death Note, or I can move on?
You can move on.
Okay, I think that someone had a signal. Go ahead, Omega. What? Go ahead.
Stranger Things producer is amazing. So,
okay.
I mean, I'm kind of hyped for it.
Okay. Next up. So, Dragon Ball creator is already working on the next project. Dragon Ball Super has already hit theaters. Of course, the movie came out. Still haven't watched it yet. They've been covering that movie like crazy and promoting that shit like crazy. Let's see. So, it says in a special interview with Shueisha V Jump magazine to celebrate the release of the movie, producer Koyo opened about the current state of the franchise, revealed that Akira Toriyama is already committed to new projects in the series. Still too early to detail what any of these projects could be, but the creator is always in the works on new ideas and concepts for the series that could be incorporated into a future project someday. So, he's saying, what's next? He's saying, I think you guys already kind of talked about this, about Dragon Ball Super maybe Part 2 coming out or something. I've seen a couple of videos on that already, talking about that. Obviously, more movies could be coming out, of course. Dragon Ball's never going to stop producing some type of content, so whether it's a movie or an anime, I'm sure it's going to come out. Just who knows when. I mean, I think they just can't keep releasing movies, and then not have a series. That's just, to me, that doesn't make sense. But any quick thoughts on this one? Potential new, maybe a sequel, maybe some more movies. I mean, we already know more movies will come. I mean, of course, they've been doing that for a while now.
Next movie in 3 years. But who cares?
Okay. Anyone else? Adias, anything?
Nope. Dragon Ball Z is overrated.
Okay, moving right along. All right, so Anime Expo, more stuff, of course, more trailers. So Marshall reveals first details for anime debut, or Mashal. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Mashal, Muscles and Magic is the next major Shonen Jump manga series getting an official anime, and the series has revealed some key new details about what fans can expect to see. There was like a tiny little teaser trailer as well. So it says the big debut confirmed that the series would be released in next year, has been very vague about what else to expect. A crucial new detail has been spotted on the site's website. However, it touts a complete adaptation when the series debuts. There are still no details as to potential studio, staff, or cast, but at least this confirms that the anime will be taking on the series' entire run, which currently sits at 114 chapters as of this writing. So 114 chapters. How many episodes do you think that could be, or they're gonna try to adapt a whole series? Is that like at least 2 seasons? What do y'all think?
With how many chapters?
114 chapters, it says.
I mean, usually anime get up to 25 chapters in one season of about 20 something episodes, but it depends on how many panels there are.
Okay.
So if it's 12, they might be able to squeeze in 25 if it's 12. Sometimes if it's fleshed out, they'll still get to only 25. So it might be more.
Okay.
This depends on how it goes.
Anyone a little bit interested in the series for next year? Or do y'all care about it? I'm definitely gonna check it out because I've heard a lot about it even before this trailer thing.
What is this, Zatch Bell? What is this?
No, it's called Marshall, something like that.
Oh yeah, I'm not watching that shit.
I'm interested in it. I'm all in.
Yeah, I'm all in, man. It looks good. I keep because if you look, sometimes if you look at the manga sales for this have been pretty good, I think. So, go figure. All right.
Yeah.
Last but not least, of course, we got another Bleach trailer for the 1,000-Year Blood War for Anime Expo. Really cool trailer. I put it on the Discord if you haven't checked it out. I put all those new trailers that came out. Any thoughts on the trailer? I think it was dope. Can't wait for that to watch that this year, man. It's gonna be crazy. Any thoughts on Bleach?
No
the trailer gave me definitely just almost like Jujutsu Kaisen vibe. Like I'm freaking revved up and ready to go. Like let's fucking do this, man.
I still need to watch that movie. Any other thoughts?
I'll just wait till the anime comes out.
I don't like Bleach either, so no.
Damn. See, Isaac ain't here to defend this here. Isaac ain't here.
I'm about to defend him, man. Nah, that man. That shit is it's the best.
I know.
Listen, Aizen himself would tell you that Bleach is C tier. He just likes one of the villains.
Yeah, he just likes Aizen.
Oh man.
Ooh,
hey, I'll give him smoke. Aizen, man.
I got no love for Ichigoku and that tired ass story.
Ichigo's the same character.
Yeah, man. Did you just say
They go
Ichigoku?
through the same arc, bro.
Ichigoku. Yes.
Oh man. Okay, I mean, I understand the roast. I know Aizen must have watched that trailer like 1,000 times in his sleep and then woke up.
Oh my goodness.
That shit gonna be lit though, man. But I understand.
You know, it's gonna be funny if it doesn't be completed.
I just prioritize good stories and character development too much.
That would be an L. That would honestly be an L if it didn't complete the damn series. That'd be stupid.
No, it would be like Attack on Titan, bro. Remember Attack on Titan final season, and we got part 1.
Yeah.
Then we got part 2.
Yeah.
Now y'all getting part 3.
Even over yet.
They're just trying to milk it. That's all it is. I mean, it makes no damn sense. I mean, that's like what maybe 12 episodes. Really, this thing is stupid. I don't agree with that shit.
Yeah, it might happen to Bleach.
We'll have to see, man. Definitely have to see on that.
Is it one season? Does it say final season for Bleach?
I don't even know. It just says
or final arc, something like that.
Yeah, it's covering the final arc. Yeah, 1,000-year. Yeah.
The final arc. Okay, so it's probably.
I'm just glad y'all keeping
I
it
don't see
real.
them getting the whole arc in 12 seasons.
And real at the same time.
One person,
12 episodes.
One person commented on my video. He said that no worries that this will be like at least 100+ episodes. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't know where he got that information from, so I don't know, but
I mean, if it's 100+ episodes, that means they're going to be dropping them like how Black Clover used to, where it's every week and it's not seasonal, which means the animation quality is going to drop off significantly.
Yo, fuck that. Everybody in the chat that's to jump off the bat, press 1 if y'all like Bleach.
Bro, they're casuals and they like anime.
Come on, man.
They're all gonna like
never
it.
mind. Don't vote, jump niggas. Don't vote.
Bro, you know what they're gonna say.
You know what? Y'all about some evil sons of bitches.
Oh, we
I mean, I think it's gonna be fire. I mean, I don't give any series 10 out of 10, but I think it's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Bleach, so it's good to fucking finally see that shit, you know. Because Bleach, when it came out, I mean, that was like the de facto like Swords type anime when it was coming out, man.
I mean, damn! I thought I was mean. Damn.
No, that's what happens. This is what happens after you've seen a lot of series and shit. It's just
Yeah. Hey, look, man. I believe you. I'm pretty sure if it was me and a whole bunch of comic book people, it'd probably be the same. But damn, is that what I sound like to people?
Have you seen? I mean, you're not into. Well, next time come to Discord and hear Swift roast Vinland Saga. Just hear him roast that.
Midland Saga.
Vinland Saga is mid, bro.
Midland Saga. That junk is boring,
when
bro.
he roast Vinland Saga, I get tight, man. I'll be like, I want to just throw an accent.
That junk is boring.
I honestly think, and I mean this with no offense, you guys may be easily impressed.
Oh, really?
Which is a good thing, because that means you can actually enjoy TV.
I mean, like, once again, I didn't give Vinland Saga 10 out of 10. I never said it's a perfect.
What'd you give it?
9.
I'd give it a solid 8.
I gave it a 9.
I'd give it an 8. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. And we'll see how.
Oh, that save face. He really mean a 9. He really mean a 9.
Wait, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I think that's fair.
See, Omega Dreads ain't that hard to please.
Bro, you said it was better than Berserk. You said it was better than Berserk. I
Wait,
can never
the Berserk anime? Come on.
I can never forgive you for that, bro.
No, dude, that
was blasphemous.
Yes, it is better. It is.
What?
Wait, did you even finish the Berserk anime?
Bro, I watched the Redux, so it had all the stuff from the manga. Like, it had all the animes together. So I got all the information.
The Redux is dope as fuck to me. I mean, the original is the shit, dude.
I'll take the original anime over Vinland Saga.
Vinland
I'll take
Saga,
the original
100%.
Hunter x Hunter. The original Hunter x Hunter over Vinland Saga.
Yeah, the original Hunter x Hunter is. Well, y'all just shitting on Vinland.
Hunter is good.
At that point.
No, I said the original, the 1999 one. That is better than Vinland Saga.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think
99 is better than 11, to be honest.
I'll take, yeah. It's just the fact they didn't complete it or at least get that far up to the Chimera Ant arc like 2011 did. But I like the 99 version a lot more.
All right, man. So that's the end of our.
Too much Vinland Saga slander.
Oh well, no, no. Of course you're gonna go roast it back in the Discord. I know, but that's the end of our episode 16. We will be back for episode 17 after later in the month. Huh? Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, but I think this is important. We need to do a couple of shout outs real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
First of all, R.I.P. to Kazuki Takahashi, creator of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah, R.I.P.
We lost him. We also R.I.P. to Tim Sale, the guy who gave us Batman: The Long Halloween, Batman: Dark Victory, which Christopher Nolan based his whole Christian Bale Batman off of, as well as Matt Reeves himself in the newest Batman. And also R.I.P. to Pat McCullum, the co-founder of Wizard Magazine for comics, and also one of the former executive editors of DC.
Yeah, R.I.P. to that Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I just want to give that shout out for them. You know, that's who we lost in the past week, man. That's pretty heavy.
In a week.
Yeah, in a week.
Oh yeah, shout out Hasselberry. Shout out Hasselberry. Yes, sir.
I knew he was gonna do that shit.
I already know.
What a dickhead.
But like I said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off while you were closing. It's just I thought it was important to get
No, you're
R.I.P.
good. R.I.P. to those people. All right, man. So we'll be back. We'll be back later next month. Oh no, not next month. That's in a couple weeks. We'll be back. All right. Peace out. And shout out to people in the chat: Jay Wolf, Curls, Dorian with your funny self, Lou.
Yo, definitely shout out to the people in the chat.
Death Racer, Levon, Cool. Shout out to the Cools. The guy, he's like the meme king of the Oasis. All right, man. We'll see y'all later.
I apologize. Y'all are not casuals. Goodbye.
Oh God.
Peace out, Jumps.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we all lived through the 70s. The clothes, the music, the heartwarming but rarely amusing Ziggy cartoons. Now, later, who are we to look at these two fine young men and say, "You there, I sit in judgment of you"?
Riddle me this.
But there could be more to the case than meets the eye.
Hadouken!
sun ray with the force energy power.
Your soul is mine.
You seem to be well grounded in the case file, Detective.
Or the stone pudding or something. I mix up some herbs and I come up with a dandy glass of this bicarbonate of fig leaf.